Hello, my friends. It's the Crypto Lunatic live from the Lunar Café, bringing you hidden gems before they pop and simplifying the language of crypto for newcomers. And today I'm going to ask AI engines to act like a hedge fund. Because with the recent drawback in the market, a lot of panic, a lot of people are asking me, I've just lost all my profits. Can somebody guide me through this? So, this is my attempt to help you to start thinking like a hedge fund manager. And to do that, I have amalgamated the knowledge of five AI engines today and put them in the role of a hedge fund manager with three portfolios, one with low risk, one with high risk, and one with super high risk for you degens out there. So let's firstly start with the fundamentals. If you're in crypto and you can't take a 75% drawback in the market, you shouldn't be in crypto. So it's great when the numbers are going up and it's explosive gains. But as you see, the markets can be manipulated and you can wake up one day and find yourself 75, 80% down. Now, if you can't take that, think to yourself right now, if my portfolio, if 80% of the value was wiped off it tomorrow, would I still hold? Now, that's the real question because crypto is incredibly volatile and everyone likes to talk about the explosive gains, but a real investment manager will be more concerned about what they could lose than what they could win. So this is the first rule of crypto. You never invest anything you can't afford to lose. Second rule of crypto, this is not financial advice. Nobody on the internet is giving you financial advice. You have to make your own decisions. This is really, really, really important. And everyone's going to recommend lots of coins, but it really depends on your risk threshold. What is your risk profile? Are you low risk or are you high risk? So we're going to cover all of that in today's video. We're going to cover the safest route, and we're also going to cover the degen route. Now, the degen route could just as easily lead you to bankruptcy if you're too far into the degen game. I talk about degen coins on this channel because there is a demand for it, but they are super, super high risk. And I will tell you straight off the bat that your safest game in crypto, statistically over time, is to dollar cost average into Bitcoin and leave everything else alone. So there you go. If you've got the lowest crypto threshold for risk management, then dollar cost average into Bitcoin and leave everything else alone is your safest bet. So we'll start there. And now we're going to extend on the risk curve, and I'm going to take you on a little AI journey, my friends. And I have asked AIs, I've asked them all of the same question. So I put this to them. Claude, you're a leading crypto hedge fund. You've three portfolios, low risk, high risk, and super high risk or degen. What assets do you place in each portfolio and what percentage allocation? There are no regulatory factors to consider for this exercise, and we are sector agnostic. Please create separate portfolios for each section for time horizons of 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years. So that is the prompts that I've put into all five engines. So I'm going to breeze through these quite quickly because there's a lot of data to cover. So simply, we start on the philosophy. Focus on blue chip assets with established network effects, significant institutional adoption, and proven resilience through market cycles. So if you're in the low risk zone, these are the assets you go for, and pretty much these are the assets. Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. They're the three assets to focus on. I'd even go as far to say don't use Polygon. So let's also bear in mind that with the AI engines, a lot of what I'm finding is a lot of the information they have is from the last cycle. I would say that Polygon Matic currently in this cycle is a dead duck. It was great for the last cycle, but not so much for this one. So if you were looking for something on the periphery, you'd probably be looking at something like Sui, Say, Arbitrum, something along those lines, possibly Tron. Tron is a fairly solid project that would definitely fit the criteria of a blue chip asset. So, but the main ones are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, mainly Bitcoin. So 40%. So that is your safe bet. If you've got low risk, 100% Bitcoin. So 5 year horizon. We see now they're adding coins like Polkadot. That's another one I don't rate. That was another one in the last cycle that was pretty good. Again, I would personally replace that with one of the said coins that I've already mentioned. So again, they're adding Cosmos this one. Now, this would have been good in the last cycle, but again, it's just an exercise, just an exercise. So now we're going to the high risk portfolio. And here you see they're adding things like Arbitrum, Optimism, Chainlink. These are still, I would say, blue chip cryptos. Lido and Aave are very good profit making staking protocols. Uniswap is an exchange. It's the biggest one. It's a fairly safe one. I would say Solana-based exchanges would outperform Uniswap. Personally, I would replace that for something like Jupiter or Pump.Fun or Radium. I think that they are much stronger exchanges because there's more transactions going through Solana personally, but this is not my exercise. This is putting through AI engines. 5 year horizon, you see the same. They've just added MakerDAO and Starknet. Emerging winners. So they see you've got Aptos and Sui there. 10 year horizon, the same assets there. Super high risk. Here we go. So what are we adding? We're seeing Jito. Now Jito is making lots of profit. So is Ondo. So these are in a high risk zone. I would say these aren't that high risk. Hyperliquid has been incredible and is generating a lot of money. All of these are money making protocols. Zeta, Mantle, Near Protocol is an AI blockchain, another strong contender. So even their high risk profile in my world would be more medium, low risk. So it's interesting how it's added this out. Now it's adding different ones here, emerging gaming and metaverse layer ones. So Sandbox would have been one in the last cycle that would have hit that sort of criteria. Gala Games in the last cycle. We're looking at things like Superverse now. It seems to be emerging in the gaming space. 10 year horizon. So again, they've added different, they've resisted putting actual projects to this one. So again, there's lots of stuff here, but we won't go too much in because we've got another 4 to get through. So this is Grok. Now, Grok has Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stable coins in the low risk portfolio. Adding Ripple, Cardano, Chainlink. Again, they've got Polkadot. They like that. So they've only got Bitcoin 5%. Super high risk. So they've gone a bit more sort of meme coin there with Athena making an appearance, Hedera, another strong project, and Maxi Doge. So that really is more of a degen play. So different risk portfolios, different timelines. I'm not going to read them all out. I'll stop them. You can pause this if you really want to look through them because we've got a lot of information to get through. The end one as a super high risk degen. They've got Maxi Doge, Bitcoin Hyper. These are probably projects that you may or may not have heard of. And pre-sales like Tapsi. So Perplexity, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoin, Solana, Polygon, and Cardano. For the low risk, adding Cosmos, Aave, Uni, and Link with stable coins, super high risk. Now that really is, they've got meme coins there, but they haven't put which ones. So here we go, low risk. This is the 5 years. You can see that. You can pause that should you wish to. So there you have Perplexity. Now we go to DeepSeek, Portfolio 1. 50% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum, stable coins. Blue chip basket. So they've got Solana, Avalanche, Chainlink, and Polygon. They've gone with Polkadot as well. I think all of these are guilty of going into old information because for me, Polkadot really doesn't represent a very exciting one based on the amount of users and the on-chain metrics. So they've got Arbitrum, Filecoin, Chainlink, Celestia, Uniswap, Lido. So these really aren't as degen as I thought they would be. So AI cryptos, they've gone into the likes of Render and BitTensor DAO, Eigenlayer and Pendle, Celestia. You see Jito, there it is, Jupiter, Radium, ones that I've already mentioned, the Solana ecosystem, Drift, Injective Osmosis Celestia, Benki, Trader Joe, and GMX exchanges. So you can read through that should you wish to. Fully on-chain gaming, they've got Dark Forest and Loot, and Filecaster for decentralized social with Lens Protocol. Aztec Protocol. Now, that's a project I don't know. Zcash, that's a leading privacy coin. They've gone to super high risk. They've got meme coins. And you can see there. Lots of meme coins and pre-sale ones. They're going properly into the degen zone. So you can read through that should you wish. Disclaimers. So I've asked them to simplify the data. You can read through that should you wish to. And finally, ChatGPT. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Lido DAO, and Ondo make it to their low risk. So Lido DAO and Ondo, interesting. That's the first one that's made it to the low risk one. But these are all revenue generating protocols. So is Maple Finance and Aave. These are staking protocols that are generating income right now, which is why they're lower risk. You can see here all of these. So this first time we've seen a cash network and Helium get in there, GMX, another exchange, 4chain, another one, 5-year growth, Ocean Protocol has made it to the mix. And we're seeing Optimism and Uniswap make it into there as well. So super high risk degen. We've got more meme coins with Turbo, Unibot, Banana Gun, NFT flipping with Blur Magic and Eden, and DeFi yield farming, Camelot Radiant. So GameFis like Illuvium, Pixels, and Treasure DAO. Eigenlayer again makes an appearance. Starknet Fuel. And you can see some others. So I've asked ChatGPT to amalgamate all of the information. So I copied all of those tables and I put them here and I said, just give us an executive summary. So low risk is Bitcoin, Ethereum with stable coins. Some made it Solana, Polygon, and Chainlink and Avalanche into it. Infrastructure plays like Chainlink, Celestia, and Filecoin. And other themes you can see here with Render, BitTensor, Fetch.ai, Helium, Akash Network, Eigenlayer, Pendle, Celestia, and Cosmos going through. And they're saying super high risk are things like Doge, Pepe, and Bonk and Whiff. Now, I'd say they're top tier meme coins, that there's a super high risk because they're meme coins. That's why they're in there. So you can look through here and there is the summary, my friends. So this is AI engines putting on the hat of a crypto hedge fund manager. And they've got all meme coins in super high risk, even the bigger market cap ones that I would consider lesser of a risk. But again, I'm a degen, so I think differently, and I wanted this to be objective, not injective. There's a crypto you could put in there. But the point being, it's interesting that in the bulk of these are layer one cryptos, or the decentralized exchanges or centralized exchanges. They are profit-making cryptos. Now we talk about this a lot. Is this crypto making profit? And you've got DeFi Llama that's got all of this data on there. So if you're looking to de-risk your portfolio, then go with coins that are making money. Go with coins that have got proven income revenue generation. And that is how you de-risk your portfolio. Now, for you degens, you've got a high risk protocol and you'll be going for the 10 degen coins, maybe one will skyrocket. 8 of them will probably go under. Crypto is high risk. It's very high risk. And it's a bit like going in and playing the fruit machines, playing slot machines. You put in your dollar, you might win 100, you might win 1,000. It's the same thing. You're pretty much gambling in the degen zone. Now we can look at things like how strong are the team? What is it looking to do? What are the tokenomics? There's lots of things that we can look at. And when I do my token assessments, we do look at these things, my friends. Now you can go as deep down the rabbit hole as you want. But the bottom line is that crypto is super high risk, it's super volatile, and the safest asset by far is Bitcoin. And the game for most people is to get into crypto when we're in alt season like we are now, to make a bit of profit and eventually take the profit and move it all back into Bitcoin. That's the game for seasoned crypto investors. And that's where the smart money is going, into that, Ethereum and Solana, which are the three premium products, all of which have exchange traded funds and are attracting institutional money. So there you have it, my friend. That is the eyes of a crypto hedge fund with no regulations or jurisdictions in place. But unfortunately, we do have to navigate very difficult regulatory environments, especially in certain countries. Now, I'm based in the UK, which is a regulatory nightmare for crypto. It's less so in the likes of Dubai. So it really depends in where in the world that you're going into this is very dependent on what your crypto basket is going to be. But that is why people look for information and you make your own decisions, my friend. So hopefully this has helped you. If you're still watching now and you want more of the same and you're not already subscribed, then I suggest you do so because there'll be plenty more educational content on here. There'll be another video just there, my friend. And either way, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.